Hey guys, welcome to another 31 Horror Toys in 31 Days review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Mcfarlane Toys Pumpkinhead figure. Now let me just move the awesome figure out of here. And now we can take a look at Pumpkinhead. So, Pumpkinhead is a pretty interesting movie. It stars Lance Henriksen, and of course I think it's had like a ton of crappy remakes and sequels or what have you. I don't know, I just watched the first one, and this captures the monster pretty dang well. I can say that. I do like the look of that. I do not have some of the stuff that came with this figure. I believe there was like a stand and maybe something else, but as just the figure itself, it is pretty good. I do like it. It has a lot of good stuff going for it, but it does have some negative qualities as well. We'll talk about that in a second. First, let's take a look at the Sculpt and Paint, which, being a Mcfarlane figure, you can tell it's going to have good paint and sculpt. And yeah, it's definitely highly detailed. You can see every little tiny wrinkle in his body, all the way down to his crazy feet here. That's just ridiculous. I love that. Just massive legs. I don't understand. I don't know if you've actually seen the legs in the movie. I know I haven't seen that in a while. I'll have to check out Pumpkinhead again. Let's see, on the bottom here you can see some specifics. He's from 1999. And then, let's see, the face sculpt, I like that a lot. That is menacing looking, that is creepy. Nice profile shot there and there. He's got this weird sort of split here though. If you take a close look, you see this split up here. It goes all the way throughout. And that's because this main neck part is like made out of rubber. I'm not sure why. I think that's maybe just for stability so that the head won't break off or something. Not 100% sure, but it is neat, and you can kind of get some movement out of that if you want, technically. But I'm not going to consider that an articulation point. This guy is also really tall. I think he's got to be like 8, maybe 10 inches tall. Let me see. Here's a 6-inch figure. Yeah, somewhere within that range. Okay. I like his hand sculpt too. Look at these. He's got these long, crazy nails. Very, very creepy looking. Perfect for a horror figure. And then the wash that's been put all over his body really accentuates all the little crevices that have been sculpted into him. And his tail here is made out of a different rubber material, and it's got a little wire going throughout so that you can hold different poses with it. That is, of course, a great little thing there. And still, the sculpt is good on it. It's not really changed much from having it rubber, other than these tiny little holes that have to be in here for the little wire that's in there. I don't know why they have to do that technically. I don't know what the technical reason is for that, but whenever there's a bendy wire inside of rubber, they put these tiny little holes in there. Okay, now I think we can basically get on to... Oh wait, what's this? Does he have blood there on purpose, or is that an accident? I think that's purposeful blood. That's pretty cool. Little tiny spots. I would have liked a lot more blood. That would be cool. But there's just this one there, one there. Odd. There's also a little red in his mouth. I like that too. If you kind of pull down his jaw a bit, you can see more of that tongue sticking out. Oh, he's just grotesque. I love that. Okay, as for articulation... Starting at the head, there's no movement, but at the shoulders, he can do a full 360 spin. Then he has an outward movement like that. Can move to way past a right angle to his body, technically. And then at the other arms, it's about the same. And then at the wrist here, there is a little bit of articulation, a 360 spin on each side. It's a little stiff in some places. And then the articulation on the legs at times feels loose, but then not. The waist though is where it's really kind of loose. It just feels a little bit more unstable than it should be. But he can do a full 360 spin there if you want him to. He's also got articulation at the hips, which is just a kick forward, which really you can't utilize too well because other than keeping him in the one main pose, if you're trying to alter it, it doesn't really work. But it's nice to have articulation even though it's completely pretty much useless, but you can put them in like a sit-down position if you want, or whatever you want to call that, crawling position. It's useful in that way. And then the tail, of course, is articulated, and any way you really want to put it, at the base here, it's a little harder to bend. But overall, that's really cool. It does have a little bit of a, I'm going to call that a dry brush paint on the bottom of the tail, so it's a different color than the top. I like that. Very long tail too. Let's see how long that is. Measuring tape. His tail length is about 8 inches long. That's quite a distance. Pretty cool. Okay, so what do you guys think of this figure? I do like this figure a lot. I would recommend it. Try and get it for like within the $20 price mark. I don't believe he's worth anything over that. He's like on par with a NECA figure. Just, yeah, don't overspend on him. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about him. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Make sure to stick around for some size comparisons. Here's Pumpkinhead next to the Ultimate Ash figure. Here he is next to Little Wolverine. He stands at just under 9 inches tall. And here's Pumpkinhead next to a horrified looking Dale.